This video is all about solid edge multi-body modeling. And I'm not going to show you how to model a wheel or a sheet metal part or this or that. I'm going to show you how the solid edge tools work and explain to you maybe why you would want to use these tools to make solid body models or surface body models, as it turns out. In Solid Edge, you're going to have one of three reasons for using multi-body modeling. The first one is to create what I call a master model. So you're creating multiple parts in the context of a single part instead of doing it in the assembly with interpart relations. Sometimes it's easier to create the parts all in a single part as multiple bodies and then publish those parts out, and then publish those bodies out to individual parts and bring them back into an assembly. Sometimes representing an assembly itself is more important than representing the individual components in that assembly. If you purchase an assembly that's inseparable, you never worry about individual parts. You're just worried about the assembly as a whole. So master model is the first reason that you might want to make multi-body parts in Solid Edge. The second is to create individual features as separate bodies and then either pattern or move them around or reuse them, or maybe insert a part copy to use as a feature in another part. And the third approach is to create a tool body in Solid Edge. And a lot of times you'll use the insert part copy to bring an external part into the current part as a new body, and then use that to either do a Boolean or use it for reference or use it as a sheet metal punch or something like that. So these are the three reasons that you might want to know about how to use multibodies inside of Solid Edge. And just so you know, you can use multibodies along with concepts like ordered modeling, synchronous modeling, even sheet metal, and things like this. The next thing I need to talk to you about is where are you going to find the tools to do your multi-body modeling work? There are mainly two places you're going to find these tools. The first place is this add body dropdown. You're going to be able to add a new body, and we'll tell you why that's important later on. We'll talk about multi-body publish, which is essentially the Solid Edge master model tool that kind of simplifies everything very much. And then the union, subtract, and intersect. These are Boolean functions that you use in Solid Edge to interact between different bodies within a part. Split allows you to split a single body into multiple bodies, and scale body should be pretty clear what it does. So this is the first place where you're going to find body functions. The second place you're going to find body functions is in the Pathfinder. You've got the design bodies folder. You've also got a construction bodies folder, and within construction bodies you can have solid bodies and or surface bodies. Then we've got some other things to worry about in here, like assembly body and active body. My point of reference in multi-body modeling is Solidworks. Solidworks is very free and easy with things, and maybe it's a little too free and easy in some cases. What we're talking about in the Pathfinder is the right mouse button menu. So you can get several functions for your multiple bodies from the right mouse button menu in the Pathfinder. So if you're looking for a tool or a command to use with your multi-bodies, these are the two places where you're going to find those. The third thing I really want to talk to you about is how Solid Edge bodies are arranged or how they're managed within the software. And especially if you've used Solidworks before, there's going to be some new concepts that are probably a little bit difficult to understand. Solid Edge has these collectors, what you would in Solidworks call a folder, for design bodies and construction bodies. A design body is going to be part of the actual finished geometry of the part. And the construction body will be something that you use on the way to get to the final geometry. So a construction body could be something that's reference, or it's a tool, or something like that. Surface bodies automatically fall under the construction bodies classification. And if we suppress this stitch feature, then we see what's happened here is under construction bodies, the solid bodies folder turned into surface bodies, and the single solid body that was in here is now two separate surface bodies. There's another concept here that we need to understand, and that's the idea of the active body versus inactive bodies, and also the active assembly body versus non-assembly bodies. A solid body can be activated by right-clicking on it and go to Activate Body. When you do this, notice that the icon turns orange. Let's switch the active body back to the other body. Now that one turns orange. Notice that the first design body also has another symbol on it. And if we right-click on the one that doesn't have the symbol, it's going to give us the opportunity to activate assembly body. An assembly body is the body that's going to represent this part in the assembly. So that's a concept that Solidworks doesn't have. Also, the activate body is something that Solidworks doesn't have. In Solidworks, all solid bodies are equal, and you can choose which one features effect by using the feature scope. Solid Edge does have something akin to the feature scope, but the active body, not the assembly body, but the active body is the one body that any new features are going to try to affect by default. The function in Solid Edge that's similar to the feature scope in Solidworks is the cut preview area of the command bar. You can either only allow it to cut the active body or cut selected bodies. And you can select the bodies in the body selection step of the command bar. Selecting another body should change the number in the selected box. Also, notice that right now I've got three different colors on the screen. I've got this gray, which is actually kind of transparent, if you notice. I've got this purple, and I've got green. So there are three different things going on here. The transparent body is the inactive design body. The purple body is the surface body, a construction body. And if we turn this stitch feature back on, it's still purple, but it's also transparent, and now it's a solid body under the construction bodies folder. Anything that's green is simply selected. But notice what's going on here. This is important, and if you're a Solidworks user, this is where your mind starts getting blown a little bit. I only selected this single design body in the Pathfinder, but it looks like I have three bodies selected. Solid Edge does not define bodies the same way that Solidworks does. Solidworks defines bodies as just separate volumes that don't touch one another. So in Solidworks, this would be one body, this would be a second body, and this would be a third body. But in Solid Edge, a body is what you say it is. If I go to make a new body, so let's create a circle on this plane, and we'll just sketch the circle here and say finish, cancel. Okay, now I select this design body. Now I've got four bodies. If I wanted to create a new body, I have to tell Solid Edge explicitly that I want to do that. So I'd have to go to this drop down and select the add body function. On this body, I can name it, and it can add it as a sheet metal part or a regular body. Say okay, and now I'm going to make a new sketch. and extrude this out a certain distance. Finish and cancel. And now I have a third body in the design bodies list. Notice this last one is active. I can change the active body to something else. When I do, this becomes slightly transparent, you notice. So Solid Edge is going to keep track of your design bodies for you and your construction bodies, but it's also going to group some of them together. And Solid Edge doesn't care that these don't touch one another. That's what these 4 separate volumes together are, what Solid Edge considers a single body. Okay, so this is kind of an overview of the Solid Edge multi-body functions. Next, I'm going to go through and talk about some of the individual functions, things that you can do in a multi-body model.